Title: Ex-wife arrested after assaulting me. While I had the phone in my hand, she came at me and attacked me. The MPs were called and she was arrested. She cried and begged for forgiveness, saying that she was still living with her now ex-boyfriend, threatening him by not allowing him to see their child if he threw her and her other child out. We're back with another subscriber email story. If you want to send in a story, feel free to email it to Lessons from Life. I'll put it on the screen for you. Whether it's a funny story, a victory, or something you've overcome, we'd love to hear about it. Sharing your story can help others who might be going through the same thing. It lets them know they aren't alone and that they can also make it through. Now, let's jump right into today's story. Subject: My story, a long one. Hello, sir. After watching several of your videos, I thought I'd share my experience. A bit of background on me. I'm a 29-year-old man and the father of a wonderful 7-year-old girl who is my world. I served in the U.S. Army for 5 years, deployed to Iraq, and worked with special operations. Martial arts and defensive training have always been my passion. It was a dream to serve in the military, but everything fell apart due to my toxic ex-wife. We met back in 2006 while I was still in military school. We connected online through MySpace, becoming close friends as we supported each other through various relationship struggles. Eventually, we began dating in 2010 after ending our previous relationships, and by April 2011, just before my deployment to Iraq, we were married. During my deployment, she stayed with my family where she fit in seamlessly. When I returned in December 2011, we got a house on Fort Hood, and a few months later, she was pregnant with our daughter. But soon after, I started noticing things. Initially, I thought her mood swings were due to the pregnancy, but her behavior worsened over time. She became increasingly hostile, neglected the house, refused to cook or clean, and would direct her anger at me. She accused me of cheating, made me cut ties with my female friends, and even threatened to leave me, making me pay child support. I walked on eggshells until our daughter was born in November 2012. After a difficult delivery, both my wife and daughter had to stay in intensive care. In 2013, we moved to Fort Campbell, and things continued to deteriorate. She was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and her mood swings worsened. To add to my stress, I was part of a toxic military unit that constantly ridiculed me. My wife's behavior hit rock bottom when I discovered she was having an affair with our next-door neighbor. She begged for forgiveness, and I, being a fool, stayed. But nothing changed. She continued her abusive behavior, both at home and in public. The stress and abuse led me to contemplate ending my life. One night during a fight, I tried to call for help, but she attacked me, beating my head and jabbing her thumb into my eye. She wouldn't let me leave the house until my chain of command arrived, and she was eventually arrested. Despite everything, I stayed, believing in family unity. I didn't want to be separated from my daughter, and I feared the financial consequences of divorce. In 2015, while we were on leave, a neighbor who was supposed to watch our house trashed it, neglected our pets, and left the place in shambles. After we returned, someone reported us for child endangerment. The MPs detained us, and although we were cleared, my chain of command separated me from the army. I sank into depression, feeling hopeless. I bounced between jobs, failed out of college, and even tried joining the police academy, but an accident on the highway forced me to drop out. Through it all, I worked long hours, often doing hard labor to support my family while my wife sat at home, barely lifting a finger. She drained our bank account, constantly complained, and made life unbearable. In 2019, I thought things were improving when I got a job with the Department of Homeland Security. But after a severe car accident where I nearly lost my life, my ex-wife grew even more distant. She turned to online gaming and started an affair with one of my closest friends. I confronted both of them, but they denied it until I showed them the proof. I had tolerated so much abuse, believing in my marriage vows, but enough was enough. Despite all this, she still tried to manipulate me, even concocting a plan to have me arrested by falsely accusing me of assault. Fortunately, the police saw through her lies. Eventually, she moved out and I was left to care for our daughter. She filed for divorce but continued to reach out asking for help. I finally started to rebuild my life, securing a job, going to counseling, and rediscovering my faith. I've moved on, and I'm now focused on being the best father I can be. And that's the end of this video, everyone. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this content. Turn on notifications to stay updated on my latest posts. See you next time.